bring you innovation-driven stories shaping Africa and beyond. I am Adewale Alashukbo. We begin with the development in Africa innovation ecosystem. 3 Nigerian startups receive funding to tackle flood crisis. 3 youth-led startups have won pre-seed funding to expand solutions aimed at reducing food losses and tackling climate pressures in Nigeria's agricultural sector. Geocycle, EcoBagMart, and Leovia Farms emerged as a top winner at the Green Labs Cohort 2 Powering Food Systems Demo Day in Nigeria. The event was held under the Green Labs Incubation Program powered by the Consumer Advocacy and Empowerment Foundation in partnership with Jacob Leder Africa. 16 innovators were selected from across the country after a nationwide call and screening process. Organizers said the 3 startups stood out for their potential to grow and for offering environmentally friendly solutions to weak points in Nigeria's food supply chain. The funding provided for them will support product development, business registration, and early market entry. Nigeria, Africa's most populous nation, faces high food prices, post-harvest losses, and climate-related challenges that affect farm output. Officials say new technology and energy-efficient systems are needed to improve productivity and support food supplies. Delivering the keynote on behalf of the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Food Systems, Emmanuel Aldo Fatai, said the winners showed how young people are shaping the future of agriculture. In other news, 8 African entrepreneurs have been named in the 2026 AURORA Top 30, placing the continent firmly at the center of a new wave of high-growth innovation across artificial intelligence, fintech, logistics, climate mobility, and enterprise software. The shortlist, drawn from emerging markets globally, highlighting founders building scalable, technology-driven companies that address structural gaps in trade, healthcare, finance, agriculture, HR, and urban mobility. The question now is which of them will advance to the 2026 AURORA Top 10. The women on the list are Omolara Sani from Nigeria, Adeola Ayola from Nigeria, Ireoluwa Obatoki from Nigeria, Mai Mossoud from Egypt, Nihal Ali from Egypt, Penny Musengi from Kenya, Claude Sinman from South Africa, and Wafa Dihfi from Tunisia. The 8 African founders represent a cross-section of continent's most investable sectors. Together, these 8 founders illustrate several structural trends reshaping African entrepreneurship in 2026 in areas such as AI integration across logistics, health and mobility, infrastructure layer fintech, products targeting underserved populations, SaaS platforms reducing operational frictions for SMEs, climate-aligned mobility and sustainable innovation, and lastly, digitalization of trade and cross-border commerce. And now to South Africa. In a momentum stride towards combating one of the continent's most pressing health crises, South Africa has launched the brilliant 011 first-in-human clinical trial of the Desmond Tutu HIV Foundation site at Groote Schuur Hospital. With the enrollment of the first participants this week, the trial holds promise for the development of an HIV vaccine specifically tailored to vaccine strains circulating in South Africa. The trial, conducted by South African Medical Research Council in collaboration with DTHF and the WIZKID Health Consortium, marks a significant milestone in Africa-led HIV vaccine research. It embodies a renewed aspiration that an HIV vaccine developed through African science for African populations is increasingly achievable. The Brilliant 011 initiative is part of the broader Brilliant Consortium innovation to clinical and laboratory research to end HIV in Africa through new vaccine technology, which was launched in 2024. The groundbreaking consortium unites leading researchers from South Africa, Nigeria, Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Mozambique, notably led by a cohort of African women scientists. Now we go on a quick break. When we return, we'll continue with the stories.
Sustainable technology. Sustainable technology focuses on reducing the environmental impact of industries by leveraging green energy, recycling, and waste management innovations. From solar panels to green manufacturing processes, the focus is on sustainability as regulations tighten globally. But scalability remains a concern. Green technologies often require large initial investments, and the global infrastructure isn't always equipped to handle the shift away from fossil fuels. The sustainable tech market is projected to grow from $36.6 billion by 2027, with industries like transportation, energy, and manufacturing leading the way.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Prime on Idea Television. I'm Adewale Olashopo. Moving on to the next story. ARCO unveils Nigeria's pioneer mobile drone ground control systems in rivers. ARCO Worldwide Services, in partnership with NLNG Limited, has officially inaugurated Nigeria's first commercial mobile drone operations command center, MDOC. The inauguration took place at NLNG's corporate head office in Port Harcourt. Developed by ARCO Worldwide Services, AWS, the MDOC represents a landmark achievement in adapting advanced aerospace technology to protect national infrastructure. MDOC, produced through a strategic partnership between NLNG and ARCO, marks a significant milestone in Nigeria's growing ability to deliver world-class engineering and aviation solutions powered by indigenous expertise. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony, Managing Director of ARCO Worldwide Services, Mr. Okoshubide Mozimo, commending NLNG for its forward-thinking support, stated that AWS Aviation subsidiary ARCO Aviation Academy has moved aggressively to close the gap in drone training and operations since 2025. Mozimo explained that ARCO began working with NLNG in 2020 when drone operations were largely nomadic. And now to Tanzania. The country has been recognized as a leading producer of certified coffee in the region, reaffirming the country's growing influence in the international market. The announcement was made during the 2026 African Fine Coffees Association Conference and Expo held in Ethiopia. The Tanzanian Coffee Board said the achievement solidifies the nation's coffee as a premier global brand. The board described the recognition as an impetus to scale up the production of certified coffee to boost the economy of individuals and that of the nation as a whole. Certified coffee is produced under farming systems that prioritize environmental sustainability, biodiversity conservation, and soil health through the use of organic practices and approved inputs. Ethiopia and Uganda remain the continent's largest producers by total volume. And now back to Nigeria. The federal government of Nigeria has intensified plans to scale up the development of micro, small and medium enterprises in 2026, following the disbursement of $200 million to small businesses and exports in 2025. Through the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, the government said it will launch a national MSME census to strengthen its database of operators, improving targeting of incentives and deepening access to finance after more than 115,000 MSMEs benefited from grants, loans and trade finance interventions in past year. The MSME census in 2026 is part of efforts to boost small business financing, strengthen data integrity, and accelerate industrial planning. In the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment Outlook of 2026, the government noted that the country disbursed $200 million in funding to MSMEs and exporters and expanded access to finance for over 115,000 small business owners, as we mentioned earlier. 3 Nigerian startups receive funding to tackle food crisis. 8 African female founders make 2026 AURORA Top 30. And South Africa advances HIV drug breakthrough with local trials. ARCO NLNG unveiled Nigeria's pioneer mobile drone ground control system in rivers. Tanzania crowned Africa's leaders in certified coffee production. And lastly, over 115,000 MSMEs access $200 million funding support from the federal government. We have more updates across our social media platforms. Do well to connect with us through the handles displayed on your screen. I am Adewale Alashokbo. Thank you for watching.
Join us and find out just how incredibly diverse the linguistic landscape of Cameroon